This is my deliverable for building an effective team PowerPoint. Here I describe the 4 team building models. The first is forming. In this stage of team building, forming the team takes place. So the group is concerned with orientation and seeks to establish boundaries by testing assumptions. Many questions are asked in this stage, and then the leader usually helps to assist in assigning the roles and responsibilities because they are unclear at the beginning of this process. It's about laying down the foundation, setting expectations and goals, and scheduling regular team meetings to make sure that everyone's on track and understands their expectations. The second model is storming. This stage of the model is focused on team development. This is categorized by conflict and polarization and is not normal and necessary part of team growth. Group members compete for position and new ways of working are established. During this period, this is the team's time to focus on its goals and objectives, and the team leader continues to direct. The third is norming. In this stage, resistance is largely overcome, and the team begins to work as a cohesive group. Processes and procedures are largely in place, and everyone is committed to the team's goals. Moreover, people get to know each other and are more comfortable working with one another. The fourth model is performing. The team gets to know what is going on at this stage. It is the high performance team. We see strong interpersonal relationships starting to build where roles are flexible and functional. The team is supportive in pursuing its goals. What's more is the high performance team is competent, knowledgeable, and motivated and operates within a performance management framework. Here I just define team effectiveness and what team effectiveness includes, like the characteristics of it. Team effectiveness is a system of getting people in a company to work together effectively. Further, effectiveness is accomplishing a goal, reaching a desired outcome, and the degree to which a problem or task is solved. When teams have an open and honest environment with trust as part of its foundation, teams can be effective. An effective team exhibits the following characteristics. All members contribute. Members challenge one another in an honest and trusting manner. Responsibilities are divided among the team members equally. Decisions are made based on facts, career goals, and agenda, and trust. Measuring team effectiveness can be done by assessing different elements of the team. The leader can measure the structural elements and positive interdependent behaviors. Structural elements will be measured by assessing if the team shares the vision, the team goals are clear, the team roles are clear, and its leadership behavior is effective. Positive interdependent behaviors will be measured by assessing how well the team makes decisions, if innovation is encouraged, how well conflict is managed, and if there is collaborative team environment. Strategies for improving team effectiveness. After assessing individual behavior, structural elements, and interdependent behaviors, there are strategies that the leaders can take to improve team effectiveness. These include regrouping, setting or clarifying goals, and conducting progress reviews. By establishing goals and rules and deadlines, accountability will occur, and members can hold each other accountable for their tasks that they are assigned. Otherwise, frustration can creep in, along with missed deadlines, mistrust among teams, and unhealthy competition between the team members, which will most likely lead to low-quality work. When the team has trust, open communication, and is collaborative, they can be effective. At the center of a strong and trusting team should be a strong leader who is credible, helps to set clear expectations, can develop people, and can manage change. Team diversity and its effectiveness on the team. So this slide just overviews the purpose and the importance of diversity within teams. By integrating diversity into the culture of an organization, it is likely that your team will be more efficient, effective, strategic, and innovative. Having a culture of integrated diversity in individuals with different perspectives, personality traits, experiences, education, etc., is a competitive advantage in a knowledge-based economy. Often, because of diverse perspectives, it is difficult for an entire team to observe another individual, event, or idea under the same light. We tend to view team members in terms of their weaknesses instead of their strengths. With effective coaching, people can be taught to champion strengths in a team. By training team members to learn how to complement individual weaknesses with the strengths of others, a high-functioning team will be established. Internal and external dynamics. The role of a leader and leadership are synonymous. A leader is in title only, whereas leadership is an action and behavior. An act of leading is a collaborative effort, an example of strong and positive leadership. It is this collaborative effort that can provide the most successful dynamic of team communication and decision-making internally and externally. Team success can be described as greater innovation and creativity, greater productivity, or more effective use of resources. It can also be a model of better decisions and problem solving. A leader needs to have the wherewithal to know when intervention is necessary and which solutions are appropriate from the situation. Dynamics describes the effects of the role and behaviors of the group members and the groups as a whole. Effective leadership entails the leader being able to guide the members into making decisions. When a team trusts each other, works collaboratively towards decision-making, and holds each other accountable, the team has a positive dynamic. The positive dynamic can lead to more creativity and innovation within the team. The opposite can be said for a negative dynamic: disruptive behavior, poor or lack decision-making, and poor leadership. Positive dynamics begin from the leadership of the leader. Social roles also exist within internal team dynamics, such as harmonizer, compromiser, and commentator, which I describe in the next slide here. Because different team members take on various roles, it doesn't mean that the leader is not in control of providing leadership. Roles for a positive internal team dynamic. Like I stated on the last slide, these include harmonizer, compromiser, and commentator. The harmonizer provides affirmation, support, and praise to the team's efforts, in essence, providing harmony to the team. The compromiser is a necessity, otherwise a standoff will occur. The compromiser will change their position for the good of the team. The commentator provides feedback, which is a necessity during the decision-making process, and they provide that to the team. Teams are not limited to internal dynamics. Members of a team also develop roles for the external functioning of the team, which I also say on the next slide. These dynamics usually occur naturally versus being assigned. For instance, one team member may take on the role of disseminating information externally to others. Various other external roles, such as buffer, advisor, gatekeeper, coordinator, strategist, which I go over on the next slide. One of the most important roles is that the flow of the relationship is strong. When a positive dynamic exists between the client and the team, feedback can flow freely from client to client, or from team to team, or vice versa. Here are the external dynamics. So on the bottom, I just go over the different roles, which I stated on the last slide. So the strategist plans how to approach management for resources and also deals with threats. The coordinator arranges communication with people or units external to the team. The gatekeeper controls the flow of information into and out of the team. The advisor advises the team on the opinion the team should consider and should take. The buffer protects the team from bad news. Just as challenges can occur with internal dynamics between team members, challenges can occur with external dynamics, such as overload. When members are asked to do too much work inside or outside the team, overload occurs, which can then be stressful on the team and its members. Structure and coaching. Task orientation is needed. It coordinates the expected tasks and activities in order to achieve a common goal, and it explains why the people are brought together, because they share a common purpose and goal. Interdependence, which is when members are dependent on each other to achieve success in team goals. Just as students rely on each other during a team project, work teams have the same interdependency. A shared common goal exists in teams: to reach the finish line with success of all members. The purpose is formed from a particular reason and can be short-term or long-term. For instance, employees are brought together to form a safety team with a purpose to ensure that all employees as well as the organization are following safety guidelines. Member familiarity is when team members are aware of each other because they interact in a formal structure and collaborate with each other to complete tasks and activities that lead to achieving the purpose. Here I just kind of define structure. Structure is when the teams are usually made up of 2 or more individuals in the work environment and they may not have shared interests, characteristics, or similar traits. For instance, a team may be composed of members from different organizational departments, one person from accounting, another from marketing, one from sales, etc. The team is developed to work towards a common goal and share the responsibility for the team's success. It is a formal structure because individuals are brought together for a shared purpose or goal. Each member is assigned a task to complete on the team's behalf. The level of team structure is dependent on task orientation, the degree of interdependence, purpose, and familiarity along with members. Coaching is necessary at various times when a leader needs to coach the team or individual within the team. This involves direct interaction with the team and the purpose of helping members make decisions to accomplish the work. We can further define team coaching into 3 elements: functions, time, and conditions. For functions, coaching for the team through education, motivation, and consultation is what occurs. It addresses task performance processes, not people. Their purpose is to prevent threats to performance and enhance synergy. With times, awareness includes the most appropriate specific time for coaching intervention to have the greatest effect. So it's important to make sure that when coaching, you're not going into the situation at a wrong time because that may lead to people becoming angry or upset with you. So you have to make sure you time out the situation appropriately to know that you are coming in at the right time. The setting within which coaching occurs is likely to facilitate performance, which is the condition. For teams coaching to be effective, the team must be well designed and supported by the organization. Any processes the team needs to be successful must be unconstrained by organizational requirements. Teams need to be free to accomplish their goals. Coaching must be directed toward task performance and processes and not the people because, like I said, people get defensive. Stick to the facts and the situation at hand and leave emotions out of the picture. Coaching should be introduced to the team when the team can handle being coached. It should also occur when the team can incorporate the effects of coaching. For instance, should the coaching occur at the beginning of a task cycle? Somewhere in the middle? It depends on the type of intervention being coached. Motivational coaching should occur at the beginning, while consultative coaching should occur at the midpoint, and educational coaching occurs at the end. So like I said, this is all about the timing. Selecting the best team members. When a team leader selects members of the team, the leader should bring in the best qualified for the team's purpose. The team can be made up of people from within one department or a cross-section of departments within the company. As much as possible, the leader needs to consider how each person will work in a team environment. If the wrong person is knowingly brought in, the dynamics of the team will suffer, which means a disruptive team will not succeed. Leaders may or may not have a choice in selecting members of the team, but when they do, they should consider the tasks that need to be done for the team's work to be successful. They should select people based on those relevant skills, identify the skills, and have it written form so that when selection time occurs, bias can be eliminated from the process. No matter the type of team being developed, certain skills are necessary for any team. So the necessary skills include technical expertise, task management, and interpersonal skills. So for technical expertise, it is important to select people who have demonstrated a competency to perform the technical expertise necessary. For instance, if a specific type of computer programmer is needed, it is important to select one who has demonstrated that expertise instead of someone who is missing that skill. In task management, members need to be able to manage their own work and work of the team as well. So they need to be able to work alone and collaborate with their team members. Team efforts need to be coordinated, goals set, and plans initiated. If someone works by themselves, then the rest of the team suffers as that person is not working as a team player towards the common goal. Yes, some tasks may require individual work. However, members must be able to come together as a whole to coordinate, plan, and evaluate the work. The last necessary skill is interpersonal skills. Leaders must remember that the team is made up of people, and those thoughts, opinions, and issues come first before the team.